Good evening. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. Mark, hello. How are you doing? Let's start with Mike. Hello. Andreas, hello to you. Captain Mitchell. Igne, hello. Philip, hello to you as well. Mark, yeah, welcome. The Krishu, Cloak on. I hope you're doing well. MAN, nice to see you. Flying Wolf, hello as well. Fly Lido. Big thank you. Big round of applause for the 7 months in total. Happy Easter, Fly Lido. I hope you had a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for your support. Zischke, moin. Luke, hello. Forward, ay gute wie geht's dir? Und Rocco, hello as well. Luca, hello. Oliver, hi. Right, yeah, happy Easter for Austin. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you had a lovely sunny weekend. We had a lovely sunny day here today. Really lovely. And as you can see, the weather is actually quite nice. Although, let me just check, make sure that I get Active Sky, XP12 running. There is a new beta version out. Jesus Christ. Right, I need to disable those sounds. Blimey. Audio, application startup sound. Right, disabled. Thank God for that. There is a new beta version out, and one thing I haven't seen before is under flight planning. You can actually download the Simbrief file. So it does take a few minutes. No, it actually doesn't. It actually loads it very quickly now. So, and you have to enter not the ID number, but the ID name from your Simbrief account, and then it downloads the latest Simbrief weather, which is very nice. Yeah, I know, Oliver. Yeah. The approach is there. Absolutely, yeah. The new beta improves the weather injection and also the visualization of the cloud layers. Well, I hope they continue to improve. I'm not a big fan of these kind of clouds, though. I don't think I've ever saw these kind of clouds in real life, but hey, you know. Do you think the active sky weather is better than the default weather? It depends, Papa Charlie. I can't say it's. I prefer it completely. There are certain situations where I think active sky X-plane is better, but when it comes to multi-layer clouds, so you have like an overcast layer and the scattered layer on top of that somewhere, it seems like at the moment the standard X-plane weather is depicting that a lot better. Hey Megas, for Ostern, wie geht's dir? Nice to see you. Holger, hello to you as well. Greetings to Frankfurt. Right, so we are going to be here and departing around what about 50 minutes, 45, 50 minutes from now, because that's when they open up the sector. So today we are doing 2 flights. We're going from Hannover to Stuttgart. VATSIM event today, both airports fully staffed, which is nice. Sprisk, hello, and Niklas, hello to you. Yeah, happy Easter. And the second flight we'll do is actually from Tampa to Havana. Havana is going to be staffed tonight on VATSIM, which sounds interesting. So I already heard that Buddy is planning a holiday there this year, and Forward said he was there, 3 months or something, he wrote? Or half a year even. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, brilliant. We'll see how that goes. Cool. For now, we are in the Toliss NEO A320. So let's do a quick check of the cockpit settings, switches, make sure that's all fine. Cool. So battery 1, battery. Hey, Chris, happy birthday! Chris Clark, thanks so much. And a big shout out to Chris Clark, whose birthday it is today. Brilliant. Easter Sunday and birthday. Your forward says greet them with Kebola. and they will think you are a Cuban. Right, can you forward? Can you remind me later, please? How do you pronounce that? Kebola or Kebola? The first. Kebola. Kebola. Kebola? What did I say first? That Kebola? Kebola. Okay, thanks. All right, cool. I will try to remember that. Right, let's do a battery charger test here. Why is that so dark? Right, both batteries off. Right, less than 60 amps, below 60 amps within 10 seconds. Yeah, all fine. Cool. So, like, okay, so Kebola. Okay, Kebola. Okay, nice. Cool. Oh, Zishke, oh, the Frankfurt. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. My bad. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I know. I think I installed them. Pushback. Ground refuel. Ah, okay, forward. Well, forward, that will be a good test then later on to see if they're Cuban or not. Yeah, caramba. Right, we've got a good database, that's fine. So let's have a look here. Nice. Where was I? I'll show you a bit of the flight planning. It's beautiful weather over at Germany. Lilo, you're doing Munich to is that Brindisi? Yeah, and the new flapper wire LCDs are scary. Really can even see the fingerprints. Nice. Right, 45-minute flight time. The alternate is Frankfurt. We're flying at level 290. Fairly fully booked flights, so zero fuel weight is 61.3. Max landing weight for the NEO here is 67.4. Good Abend MCK, how are you doing? For us then? Oh, you mean like here in the EFB, Oliver, in the Toliss? Yeah. Good to hear, MCK. Good to hear. So 4.6, 4.8 would be minimum block fuel with 500 kilograms of extra fuel. So that is good. We'll try to remember 4.8 AOC menu. Brindisi. Okay, nice. Yeah, have a good flight and a good landing. So let's have a look if it pulls in all the data. Always takes a few seconds to pull everything in. Cost next 21. Is that correct? It is actually. Okay, nice. So the routing takes us a bit on the eastern side of Germany. Well, not eastern side of Germany, but there's one routing. If you go to Simbrief and do kind of an automatic route calculation, it will lead you over Frankfurt. I'm not saying it's unrealistic, but I chose a shorter one, which is a little bit more to the east. Stuttgart has wind from the east 8 knots, so 090 at 8. Cabo K 12 degrees, 1022. No significant change in the next 2 hours, and the rest forecast is fine, but it will remain easterly winds. So 07 for landing, very likely. Frankfurt is having easterly winds as well for the alternate. Cabo K 16 degrees, and Hannover currently 170 at 6. So probably 09 as well for us here. And 12 degrees 1025. All right, let me just enter that here. Oops. 1025. Man, I always hate that. I always forget to activate this with bright displays. Cool thing is, springtime has arrived, and it does stay a lot lighter now in the evenings, so quite happy with that. So, weather is checked, that's fine. So let's have a look again at the MCK. How was your flight from Paris? Oh no, disregard. No, I remember now. Your room was too hot, so. Right, let me just see if I can adjust the joysticks. Yeah, that's fine. What about this side? This side is fine. There's Oliver says, a fuel prediction. Does the MCDU regularly update the wind data? And no, so Oliver, if you want to have an updated wind data, you need to go to your wind page and request the wind data again. So you can update the wind during the flight, and only if the wind data updates, obviously, and changes, then of course you will have a different prediction again. So let's go and start init A page. What was the temperature here? We've got about 11 degrees right now, so we'll enter 11. And that's all filled out. Iris init should be aligning itself, really. So there's no need really to press on that. So we have alternate fuel. Alternate fuel is, where was that? Down here. 1.3. Which seems a lot for a NEO. 35 minutes. What fuel flow does this have? Well, pretty heavy, but that's, well, in level 290, yeah, it's not actually exactly optimum level, is it? So I'm going to put 1.3 in here. That gives us about 670 kilos extra fuel, and I planned with 500 extra fuel, so that's fine. Fuel is 4.8 already, which is nice. And zero fuel weight is also 61.3 according to the OFP. Yeah, nice. So we will be departing. Now, this is the thing about Hannover. I've just been to Hannover about a week ago in real life. And so Hannover has 2 runways, and obviously, let me just check that here. So if you want to go and have a look now, you will see that 09 left departure will have a lot longer taxi routing out compared to 09 right. So 9 right has a less taxi time. The only issue we may have if you got cold engines, so transit time more than 2 hours, or yeah, more than 2 hours, then you have 5 minutes warm-up time. But also we know that Toliss takes a long time for the engines. Hey, Muscolozione. So we know that Toliss hasn't fixed that yet. So the engine warm-up takes a lot longer. Now this is quite typical what you can have if you don't check the... yeah, exactly, MCK. So this is something you may find. It's the FADEX, so the engines full authority digital engine control units have powered down to prevent them from overheating. And then what you can do, and if you want to check the oil quantity, just so switch on these manual switches up here, the maintenance switches if you like, and then you get the VATSIM powered up, and now you can check the oil quantity. And that was what, 14 quarts? All these values. It's crazy. So plus usage over time per hour, etc., etc. So there you go. 18.5 quarts will be more than enough today. Hey, Green Duck Foxtrot, how you doing? Nice to see you. Well, actually, Tishka, I don't know. The runway is a bit shorter on 9 right. So compare 9 left to 9 right. How come you are not in Microsoft? What do you mean, Jamie? I think I did categorize this as XP12, correct? So that should be all right. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, you know what? Normally, I know, for example, here, the taxi out. Normally, you will be given November departure, so you're not going to get full length. And I'm sure it'll state something in the AOI on that. But yeah, it'll be the same for here. You're going to have to calculate with hotel for departure. Do you prefer XP12? No, not really. No, I don't. I enjoy different flight sims. So it all depends on the aircraft add-ons. And I don't have a single favorite simulator. So, and the reason why I sometimes prefer XP12 is if I want to have some better aerodynamics. So flight feel. XP12 is just better. It simulates better the different weight regimes and the aerodynamic kind of behavior of aircraft compared to Microsoft Flight Sim. But of course, I do still fly Microsoft Flight Sim. We'll do that second flight today in Microsoft Flight Sim. So you know, I'll just keep it nice and mixed. So let's have a look here for the departure. We filed Vera. It'll be the 3 Golf, it seems. Well, so the issue I have with P3D obviously is we saw that again on the last stream during daytime. So if you have daytime, you know, let's say from, I don't know, an hour after sunrise to an hour before sunset, I think P3D is all right. It looks okay. If you work with a bit of shader add-ons, you can make it look quite nice. But nighttime and, you know, the dusk and dawn settings are looking terrible in P3D right now. I really dislike it. But then again, we have some really good add-ons in P3D. So it's a bit of an issue. While, for example, the FS Labs, I love flying the FS Labs in P3D. But for the visuals, obviously, it's meh, you know, if you fly nighttime or sunrise, sunset. So we're going to take Alice 07. Now, we're going to be coming over Luburg, and there should be a Luburg transition. So Luburg 07. So I'm going to choose that. Let me just have a look at the flight plan page here. So that's it. So Luburg and then the transition. That's what you normally would get. So let's just check the routing here. All the way down and then the transition. I'm just going to put this into the pilot route section. Store the active flight plan, and that way I can quickly check the routing. So Vera 3 Golf, Vera, Papa 605, Elna, TOS 2, all the way to TOS 2, and then Tango 726 to Luburg, and then the arrival. So that's all correct. In A and B, flight plan filled out. 297 miles, 268. The thing is, the difference will come usually from the arrival routing. So here, for example, you can say it's got Lübeck direct to Stuttgart. It's planning 33 miles. I would expect this to be different in the flight plan because of the right routing. So if we go to Lübeck, 12, 15, 25, 25, 32, 36, 36, 30, 41, 45, 49, 53, 58, and that's 62 miles. So that's where the 30-mile difference comes from the arrival route. So that adds up, that's fine. Where's the altimeter 3? So normally what we would do is we would check the reserve altimeter. So this thing here, so the standby altimeter is a completely autonomous altimeter system. And yes, it has some inaccuracies because it's not corrected as much as the altitude information coming from the ADRs. If you want, you could, of course, switch to ADR 3 with this one here. So, for example, put ADR 3 to Captain, and then you could read off the altimeter readout here as well. I think on the flight planning it says 1, 2, 3 and standby, doesn't it? Yeah. So if you want to do this absolutely correctly, 1, 2, ADR 3 and then standby. That's how you could do it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. MCK, but I think it's the same for XP12 right now, isn't it? We're gonna have to check if the lighting kills the FPS here as well. MAN, are you flying along by any chance? We've got Eurowings and a TUI fly. You don't have XP12 MCK, no plans to buy. Yeah, I can fully understand that. Yeah, again, you know, everyone has their preferences, etc. So all good on that front. Right, so we got RatNav to go now. So we're gonna go to airports again, and let's check the departure Vera Tree Golf. Oh, that's you then, MAN. Ah, Eurix 2053. Nice. Yeah, thanks for flying along, MAN. Now, don't tell me, MAN, you're already almost ready to go because we don't have. We don't have ATC online. Just actually, disregard. We've got Tower and Approach online now. So good. For the departure, let's check. It's a conventional departure, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's check. 9 right, climb straight ahead, 6.5 Hotel Alpha Delta. I'm going to put that in here. And then turn right, intercept Delta Lima Echo. Now, Delta Lima Echo, isn't that... I'm pretty sure, according to no terms, it's deactivated. Yeah, line it, but I guess it's not deactivated here in the sim yet. Kind of strange. So anyways, we're going to go liner 007, so 187 inbound. And then from there it's 185 to Norta and then to Vera. There you go. All right. Cool. So that's the departure route, and initial climb clearance is going to be 4,000 feet unless ATC says something different. I'm going to put that in there. Nosbu. Ah, okay. So, hang on. Nosbu. Where's Nosbu? You mean the rival, Andreas? Ah, there. Okay, yeah, it's on your arrival then. Yeah, yeah. Near Luburg. Nice. Cool. So that's the RatNav set. Before we go performance, let's do a quick return. So we've got good runway here. So if we do run into issues here for any reason, we are going to come back. Course is 091. Oops. And I'm pretty sure that we have the engine up procedure here. So it's NDP 2 and the engine out 09 right is 1700 acceleration and 091 to 25 miles. So that's fine. So 1700 acceleration, 1190, 1190. There we go. Yeah, we could check no tips. I hate checking no tips here in the sim. I don't know what it is, but man, it's right. Let's just check. So Hannover, mobile crane, mobile crane, mobile crane, close in obstacle, crane, Warburg, usable between nut, Nienburg, usable, blah blah blah, Nienburg, Warburg. Ah, look at that. Man, my memory, look at that. Line of UR, frequency 15.2 out of service. You see, in real life, it is actually out of service. Yeah. How do you set a holding at present position if you need to hold 25 miles? Well, no, so, I mean, so these procedures, these are kind of worst case procedures in case, well, let's put it this way. So when an airline company establishes a engine out procedure, they will check for their aircraft types a procedure that assures obstacle clearance. So without boring you to death about all of the theory on how to calculate engine out procedures for the field length limit, for the obstacle, and the second climb limit. So when you have your engine out procedure, that will guarantee you all the clearances that you need to have. So you're not going to hit any obstacles if you do that procedure. But it will only go to 25 miles. So normally what happens then, you have the track, and then normally you would do right turns. So you get to that point, do right turns. Don't worry too much. Don't get hung up on you know, the exact holding procedure back then. It's just a matter of staying within a certain area to make sure you have obstacle clearance. Now, normally what will happen, you will reach your acceleration altitude, you clean up, and then you climb higher, normally at least to the MSA, which is 25 miles around the airport usually, or a VOR, DME somewhere, or a fix. And then even you may even climb higher, let's say 3,000 feet, and then do the pattern with radar vectors. So I would imagine never ever would you get to that point and then fly holding patterns. Because if you have an engine out, you don't want to waste time. You want to return ASAP. Yeah, so there's always three options you have available in case of engine failure. One of them is a visual pattern. So climb visually. So look at the window and then just make sure you don't hit any obstacles. The second would be obviously the published AOSIT. It can be a standard AOSIT or a special AOSIT, where you have to turn at certain DME distances, for example, and fly certain directions. So the special AOSITs. But you can also follow the departure route. So if you can determine that your departure route is not critical with regards to obstacles, and you can maintain the 2.5% climb gradient, well, then why not? Why not take the departure route? Also, for example, it doesn't always happen that you have the engine out exactly at rotation.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight infotainment will be served. Thank you.
Thank you, Eternal. Second resub of the day.
Just got 6-month student Amazon Prime gifted. Time to throw it at Black Box.
That's really kind. Thank you so much, Eternal, for that. I appreciate that. Eternal, happy Easter. I hope you're doing well. And Lee, guten Abend. Wie geht's dir? Ai, gute wie? Yeah, so let's say, for example, what happens is you're on the departure route and you're already, let's say, 2,000 feet, and then you suffer the engine failure. Well, then, of course, you've got already all the clearances you needed. So you can definitely just continue on your departure route. Right? So you just need to make sure that you have, cleared all the obstacles. So but again, you have several options available. But normally what we would do, we brief the standard AOSIT, because that covers the most critical part, the most critical point, and that is an engine failure just after V1. Yeah, frohe Ostern, Lee. Doing very well, thanks for asking. Super Grumpy, hello, and Oliver Garrett, hello to you guys. So, takeoff performance, I'm going to take 9 right. Before we do that, though, let me get the ATIS. Yeah, so Muskelzone, I know it's a difficult topic. I'm aware of that. And, if you're a very dedicated flight simmer, then sure, then, yeah, you're interested in that, right? All these real-world procedures and so on. But for the normal flight simmers, it's already way too much information. Right, so we've got intersection. No, we're going to do full length, 9 right. The wind is... when airborne, 131325. We'll do that in a minute. We have... oh, well, hang on. Yeah, 9 right. That's weird. It's got wind now. 220 at 3. So actually, let me put 220 at 5. Just make sure that we have that covered. 12 degrees, we'll do 13 degrees. And QNH 1025, we'll put 102. Oops. 1024. Yes, Super Grumpy, happy Easter to you as well. Anti-ice off, dry runway, takeoff weight is 66.1, that's fine. 29.6 CG, flex, config auto, air conditioning. Yeah, let's keep that off. Right, let's compute that. So, and Sishka said, high flex, he's correct. So even though we are pretty heavy, runway isn't the longest. Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Thank you, Sishka. So, we only have 153 meter stop margin, right, which isn't much. So if I wanted more, what I could do is I could, let's say I want to have at least 300 meters. I can put a intersection in there. And that way I have 200 meters extra to that. So it still gives me flex 74. It adjusts the speeds a bit, doesn't it? 34, 42, 45. Yeah, so it lowers the speeds by about 2 knots roundabout. So, oh, it's really so 74 and up 0.3. Does that happen often then? Oh, yeah, okay. So again, I'm going to put 200 in here. Compute. So I have my 300 meter stop margin. So 74 flex. Flaps 1 plus F, trim up 0.3. So 134, 142, and 145. Okay. Well, that's a bit strange then, yeah. If you always have to come to the same values. Although it's Sishka, so I mean, I don't know what here at Toliss they would spit out the max flex value, but when you have a certain runway length available, and you can see the accelerator stop distance is always well within the parameters of the runway length, then let's say that's the maximum flex the Toliss does. Then all it changes, so you have the same speeds and everything, the same flex, but all that changes then is a stop margin. So if let's maybe put 70 then. Hang on, let me just put 70 tons in here, all right? So something should change now regarding flex. So if that now means with flex 74, you cannot have the accelerator stop distance within the runway length, it should then decrease the flex. Right, so yeah, so still that's flex 74. Yeah, that is a bit unrealistic. Because it still does, for the upper V1, it still gives you the same kind of stop margin. Yeah, I find that a bit strange as well. So let me just go a bit more extreme. Oh, there we go, look at that. So now, at some point, it does, of course, then go config 2. Was that config 2 for 70 as well? Oh, it was. Yeah, so look at that. Look, it does change things. So with 60 tons, or 70 tons, it goes into config 2. Which makes sense, because it'll lower the speeds. So VR and V1, V2 speeds are lower. So you can lift off quicker. So there is a certain logic in that. So certain things here do seem logical and realistic. I'm just not sure if it's 100% correct with regards to all of these values. Did you hear the funny conversation on ATC between, I think, Lufthansa and some US ATC? They lost an engine. Oh, that's a long time ago. Wasn't that an A340?
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Yeah, they said we have an engine out, but it's not an emergency.
Make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Geep, hello to you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Easter.
Hello, BB. Happy Easter. Book to A320 full motion flight experience for next week. So glad I've learnt so much from your amazing streams.
Hey, Geep, fantastic. Happy for you. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you did and how. Oh, did you? Geep, let me ask you that though. Have you already been in the full motion simulator yet? If not, yeah, we're interested to hear your experience on that. Yeah, enjoy. Wow, GG.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box.
The model matching is
Could new subscribers please make your
it's
way
Bluebell,
to the first class
I think.
cabin, where
It's
complimentary
called.
drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Woohoo.
Sim Caesar, woohoo. Sim Caesar, happy Easter to you, and thank you so much. Big shout out to Sim Caesar. Oh, well. I hope you had a great weekend, Sim Caesar. Thank you for your support. That's 51 months. I know it's a lot longer than that, but yeah, that's due to the changeover with YouTube. Okay, so yeah, Super Crombie, when you get a range, normally you will get a V1 range if you use wet runway. The reason is, and if you look at your display here, it'll tell you two values. So the ASD, the acceleration stop distance, or accelerate stop distance, for V1 min, and that's the lower V1. And it does make sense because you abort the takeoff earlier, so V1 is lower, so the last chance to abort the takeoff in this case would be 170 knots, meaning you're not as fast, and then as you slow down, you will stop having more margin to the remaining runway. If you use the upper V1 value, you have more time on the runway, and so if a engine failure happens, let's say 120 knots, you can still stop on the runway. You don't have to take that, or you're not going to take that into the air with you. But then, of course, as you're faster, you will take a little bit more distance to slow down and stop. And so that's the second stop margin value there with V1 max. So what we would do normally is take a lower V1 value in case we want to have a little bit more stop margin. Because if it's a wet runway or a contaminated runway, then you have a little bit more buffer just in case something doesn't go as planned. Why is... Hang on, let me just see dry. Let me compute that again. There we go, 1 plus F, yeah. What do you mean? Oh, how to see the model matching? So you mean like what you do? So for me, I have a plugin called Xpilot. And so you download the model matching files. So I've put them into resources, plugins, Xpilot, so XP12, resources, plugins, Xpilot, resources, and then CL, and then Bluebell. And I activate that. So now through Xpilot, those model matchings are found, if that's what you mean. Yes, so Holger, normally we have around about 300 meters stop margin is what we would aim for. Now you have to realize though, we are talking about personal preference and having ample stop margin available. But the thing is, I remember on the 747, we very often did not have the luxury to, demand 300 meter stop margin, because that would mean you would have to leave behind a lot of payload. So very often when you get your, calculations done in a 747, and you've got a runway, let's say Mexico, you can only take that much weight with you in case of engine failure, let's say, or a stop distance issue. And that's why you only have always like less than 50 meter stop margin. But that's just the way it is. And again, if you wanted to have more stop margin, you would have to reduce the takeoff weight, i.e. physically remove payload, which you don't really want to do. Like the name says, it's payload, right? It means, money for the company. Have you rejected takeoff in real life? Yes, I have. But that was low speed. That was like 60, 70 knots. So not that fast. Can you explain why the parking brake set the rudder is tuned to the right? What do you mean? On the ground? Yeah, that's due to if the rudder is deflected on the ground, it's due to wind. So when you have wind from the south right now, for example, so from the right, it'll physically push the rudder towards the lee side of the wind, because right now there is no hydraulic pressure on those flight controls. So hydraulics are switched off right now. And so that's why all of the flight controls are depressurized. And also that means that your elevators will droop down as well. And normally if you're a passenger and you see the ailerons there. So when you sit there and you see the engines being started, then the ailerons will start getting hydraulic powered, and then they will go into the neutral position. And if you look at the flight control page, you can see which hydraulic systems power which of the flight controls. Right. So whenever green or blue system gets powered, the ailerons will get to the commanded neutral position. Right. For the elevator, it's on the left side blue green, on the right side yellow blue. And again, you have that droop as happening as well on the elevators, because there is no power right now to these flight controls. Oliver, normally these values are measured by the airport authorities. So these will be reported on the ATIS.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber.
Does it really? Hang on.
Could new subscribers please make
your
your
way
way
right.
to the first class cabin?
Lol,
where
okay.
complimentary
Yeah, good
drinks,
catch,
snacks,
MCK.
and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Yeah, there's one sec missing here. Lol, okay. And Abnav, thanks for the 15 months. Abnav, thank you, and happy Easter to you as well. Yeah, Lido, have a good landing. So 10 minutes to go. So let's just check that we have everything inserted here into the box. So we'll take these values here: 34, 42, 45, transition 5000, NDP 2, engine out 1700, flaps 1 plus F takeoff, and trim is going to be up 0.3. So now we've pretty much done everything except for the engine out path. 9 right, and that was 091. Yeah, 091. 25 miles. Cool. Good. So we can do a briefing. So we don't have the clearance just yet, but we are expecting 9 right for departure. Try something like that. Yeah, so we are expecting 9 right for departure, and the SID is called the Vera Tree Golf departure. And we checked the waypoints, and it's going to go up 4,000 feet. Although what I've done wrong again is it does have the ARNF overlay. I keep forgetting that. So in real life, we don't have that.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
So now actually, so it is an ARNF departure.
First class cabin,
so we'll check 600 feet, then Delta Victor 153 overfly.
Thank you.
So the circle, if you have a fixed point there with a circle.
Happy Easter smile.
Hey Alpha, nice to see you. 17 months, good God. Happy Easter to you as well. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Alpha. Thank you so much for the 70 months. So the circle is an overfly, here triangle, overfly, and then we turn to Delta Victor 156, then to Line, Norta, Vera. There we go. So that's all set. And we're going to climb initially 4,000 feet. And the sector altitude's 2,800 feet, and extra fuel about 500 kilograms. Here it says 411 minutes. Extra fuel. Taxi out. Pretty straightforward. We'll push back, taxi out. Just get back here. Airport, parking stands. So pushback facing southeast, very likely, and then we go normally Charlie, Alpha, Echo, full length, 09 right. No hot spots there. EOSIT, as briefed, straight out, runway track to 25 miles if we have to, otherwise we'll accelerate at 1,700 feet, clean up the aircraft, and then climb 3,000 radar vectored approach. But we're going to go to 9 left for the landing because it has a longer runway. Everything's standard. I don't see anything non-standard, and threats. Not really. I don't see any threats tonight. Cool. So then we can read the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins, covers. removed. Fuel quantity 4,820 kilograms balanced. Seatbelts on. ADIRS nav. And the bow ref QNH 1025 checked. And that's the cockpit preparation checks. Yeah, so if you let's say you wanted to have that that 25-mile fix, what you would do is go to data, second page, pilot waypoints, new waypoint, and let's say engine out Hannover, and I'll take the runway, so we'll take Hannover 09 right, then the bearing 091, and the distance, well, let's take 25 miles, and put that into that right line, so that's going to be here. We're going to store that, and then all I need to do now is go to the fix info page, the second page, put my name of the fix in there that I just created, and if I then go a larger range there, and there it is, boom. Right, so now I've created that fixed 25 mile out from the runway track. I'm currently working on a little scenario for the FSI panel for TVAT, and I'll make an explanational video on that where I explain exactly this topic about entering pilot waypoints. So let me go secondary flight plan, and let's go Echo Oscar Hotel, and put that in there. So now, if I wanted to on the secondary flight plan, yeah, I can hold. So I can put this 091 degrees, right turns. Yeah. So if you know, again, the MCDU offers you a lot of stuff. So if you really want to go through that, by all means, do that. It's just a matter of, you know, if you can be bothered to do so or not. Right, I'm going to check my... just my memory. So right now it's 6 gigabytes memory for the RAM. And video RAM should be no issue either, so that's all good. Right, just checking now the time. We should get everything online soon. So I'm just waiting for... oh, ground has now come online as well. Do we have PDC? Yes, we do. So I'm just going to call up another ATIS before we do that. So AUC menu, departure ATIS. So now we have information hotel. We'll get rid of that. We'll get the next printout. There it is. So we have information. What? Why is that golf? I did press print, didn't I? Hang on. Print. Oh, sorry. Hang on. Where's the... oh, MCK. So MCK asked, do you have any personal emergency review you do just before takeoff? I know, for example, some people think they're quite a... yes. So I do that as well, MCK. Normally I check 3 things. So the fuel, the wind data, make sure it's still the same as we capped it with. And then I do the same thing. So in case we abort the takeoff, Wind is from left, right, front, rear, whatever. When I come to a stop, parking brake on, very important. And then attention current station. So yeah, I do these kind of little reviews because, and now it's got to tell, because it's proven that in case you have a stress moment, you will kind of fall back with your thoughts to what you've just been thinking before. So that's the whole point of making these reviews, so that I don't get startled. Good. QNH still 1025, 09 still in use, and the wind is, yeah, it's pretty much calm, isn't it? I mean, northerly wind variable 2 knots now, so yeah. And we've got some tailwind included in our calculations. Yeah, I've got 3 knots tailwind included, so that's fine. All good. Right, let's go and get the clearance then. So let's go ATSU AOC menu. Next page, departure clearance. So info hotel, gate number 3, and Echo Delta Delta Victor. Send. Hey mathematics, how you doing? Pod, sorry, how often do you have to recertify on abnormal procedures? Is the interval airline dependent on... Well, for us, obviously, we have a check ride twice a year, and I've got mine coming up next week, so it's 2 days of simulator check flights. But nowadays they call it evidence-based training, so it's a bit different concept compared to previous check flights. But yeah, that's something you have to demonstrate your ability to cope with abnormal procedures. And apart from that, you have one line check every year, but that's more for the normal line operation checks, not so much abnormal checks. And then really it's up to your own personal motivation to keep yourself mentally fit for these abnormals, i.e. memory items or certain procedures. And what we are also told to do is what's called chair flying. So for me, since I have these PC simulators and add-ons that allow me to do lots of different failures, I don't really have to do chair flying where I sit on the chair, close my eyes, and then imagine some sort of abnormal, like an engine failure, and then mentally do my items and procedures and call outs, etc. Because again, I do that here. Yeah, well, I mean, I try to not to remember that that triple hydraulic failure that Bruno gave me. That was more like a nightmare moment. But yeah, it was fun though. I admit that was a challenge. Well, MCK. I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? How do you personally try to, yeah, prepare? Oh, lol. Yeah, Mark, in chair with eyes shut. Story of my life. Lol. So, it seems like PDC is not working, is it? Hang on, let me just check again. Departure clearance. So this is something that's not correct either here in the Toliss. So normally when you send that off, these values will disappear again, and you get those amber boxes again. And then you know that your request has been sent. So frequency 2195.
So information, India will be checked and cleared to Stuttgart via the Warburg 1 Golf departure. Runway 09 right, initially 4000 squawk 1000, Eurowings 2053.
Eurowings 2053, read back correct.
Hannover ground, hello, UPS 842, information India, stand at wait, IFR to Gatwick.
UPS 842, stand by, I'll call you back. Jet 13, contact Hannover ground on 120.175, bye bye.
So they're giving out different
Tower, aber ja, 120.175.313.
different departure
Gott,
routes.
was habe ich denn gesagt? Habe ich Ground gesagt?
Ja, hast du, aber alles gut. Tschüss.
Gut, Flug, ciao.
Hannover ground, guten Abend. Die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot Infer Hotel, stand 3, requesting clearance, please.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot is standby, I'll call you back for clearance.
Standing by.
Hannover ground, Eurowings 635, stand 09er, ready for push and start.
Eurowings 635,
Ah, it's busy. Look at
pushback
that.
approved, facing east on Alpha 1.
Push approved, face east on Alpha 1, Eurowings 635.
UPS 842, ready to copy clearance.
Go ahead.
Ground to Cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
UPS 842, information India is current startup approved.
Ground to Cockpit. Toes driving up.
London, Gatwick via VATSIM 1 Yankee departure, runway 09 left. Flight plan
So this is to,
4,000 feet and squawk 2425.
expedite the pushback procedure.
PSA for clear to Gatwick, accept 1 Yankee departure, flight and route, initial climb 4000, squawk 2425, and could we get runway, never mind, my bad, and runway 9 left, bring the BS 842 thing.
UPS 842, readback is correct.
BS 842 is ready for push and start.
UPS 842, pushback approved, facing northwest on Alpha 1, on Liebermann.
Okay. All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Set. Parking brake.
Yeah, don't worry about the pushback.
Hannover ground, guten Abend, Lufthansa 7, Charlie Tango.
It's just that I just want to get the truck to the aircraft, so that when we request a pushback later on, that we do a quick pushback.
Lufthansa 7, Charlie Tango, Hannover ground, good evening, standby, I'll call you back for clearance.
Eurowings 2053, request push and start.
Hey Bruno, wie geht's? Bon tart.
2053, pushback approved, facing west on Alpha 1.
Push approved, facing west, Alpha 1, Eurowings 2053.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot.
Tower connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Unfortunately, I did not get the PDC note.
Okay, Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, ready to copy clearance.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, yes, go ahead.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, information India is current startup approved, cleared Stuttgart via Vera 3 Golf departure, runway 09 right, flight planned route, initial climb 4000 feet and squawk 1000.
Ja, vielen Dank. Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, departure 09 right, Vera 3 Golf, climb 4000, at the squawk 1000.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, readback is correct.
Very nice. So I'm going to put this to...
Lufthansa 7, Charlie Tango, ready to copy clearance.
So it looks like MAN is flying a different departure
Ready
to
to copy
me.
Echo, stand by, I'll call you back for clearance. Number 2. Lufthansa 7, Charlie Tango, ready to copy clearance.
Yeah, ready.
Just to get one more clearance, not clearance, but one more departure ATIS.
Flight level 230.
Just check that it's not anything new.
Okay, we can also take 230.
131325. Let me just pre-dial that here. For departure, 131325. Went airborne, so we switch over ourselves. Variable 1 knots, QNH 1025, and it's now 10 degrees.
Startup is approved, clear to Stuttgart, Warburg, 1 Golf departure.
What, really? It was? Hang on. What? Where? What? No. I did check before. Hang on.
Walking 1000, Lufthansa 7 Charlie Tango.
Lufthansa 7 Charlie Tango, readback correct.
So it's not there.
Condor 42 Echo.
Hey Darius, good evening.
Oh! Condor 42 Echo information.
Darn, it didn't
Cleared Amsterdam Schiphol via Baxter-1 Golf, Baxter-1 Yankee departure, runway 09 left. Initial flight plan route.
Oh, that's a nuisance.
And squawk 1000.
Right, just get that. Let's print that. I love printing out. LOL. So that's what I was expecting. So I was expecting that that call here. Yeah. Earrings 82 Foxtrot stand 3 requesting push and start, please.
Earrings 82 Foxtrot pushback approved. The light behind you facing southwest.
Push approved facing southwest. Earrings 82 Golf Foxtrot. So if I go again to better pushback. How come I can't pre-plan anymore? Alright, anyways. So, before start checklist, parking brake is set. Takeoff speed thrust 134, 142, 145, flex 74. Windows. Closed. And the doors are closed as well, and the beacon is on. So we're cleared for pushback.
Starting pushback, and you may start the engines.
Cool, so we will have engine cooling. So let's have a look. About 30 seconds, yeah. So we use the dual cooling button here. Engine 2 starts.
Are we able to get pushback clearance as well?
Speed button 977 Juliet. Pushback also approved facing west Alpha 1.
Free face west on Alpha 1 through 977 Juliet.
So now it's doing motoring on both engines for cooling.
Correction, request pushes.
So Frankie, that was the answer for the dual cooling on YouTube.
Operation complete. Please set parking brake.
Blimey, it's busy here. Park brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Engine 1 start. Ooh, it's getting dark now. Hey Ryan, happy Easter to you as well. Thanks so much, that's really kind. Yeah, I try to use all the sims. Again, you know, there isn't a perfect sim out there yet, so I try to make the best use of all of them. Right, good engine start on both engines.
Tower is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. I'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Trim up 0.3. Oh. There we go, and let's do the flight control check. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. After start checklist, anti-ice is off, not required. Status checked. Pitch trim is 29.7%, and rudder trim is neutral.
Leipzig Air 2 Alpha Sierra, it is possible to get a pushback facing south on line behind you?
Wow, that's busy.
Should be possible, aber ich könnte auch auf Alpha 1 nach Osten pushen und die trotzdem frei.
Ja, dann machen wir das so. Leipzig Air 2 Alpha Sierra, pushback approved, facing east on Alpha 1, clear off Alpha 2.
Pushback approved, facing east, Alpha 1, clear of Alpha 2, Leipzig Air 2 Alpha Sierra, alles klar.
Eurowings 635, contact Hannover Tower on 120.175, bye bye.
120.175, Eurowings 6355.
Eurowings A to Foxtrot, request taxi.
UPS 842, contact Hannover Tower on 120.175.
120.175, UPS 842.
Eurowings A to Foxtrot, request taxi.
Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, taxi to holding point runway 0 and a right, straight ahead on Delta 1 and Echo.
Delta 1, Echo, holding point 9 right, Eurowings A to Foxtrot. So we have to go Delta 1, Echo. So we stay on the apron here.
Eurowings 2053, taxi
so clear left
via
side, clear right side.
Alpha, hold short of Delta 1.
Off we go.
Fire Charlie Alpha, holding short, Delta 1, Eurowings 2053.
Brake check. Brakes are open.
Requesting 09 left for the takeoff.
Yeah, unsafe, yeah, sure, always, yeah.
Blocked.
Yeah, train sims as well, yeah, you're right, Oliver.
977 Juliet, ready for taxi.
So, Delta 1 straight ahead.
977 Juliet, taxi via Alpha 1, Alpha 2 and Alpha, hold short of Charlie.
Via Alpha 1, Alpha 2 and Alpha, hold short Charlie, speed at 977 Juliet.
Lufthansa 17 Bravo with information in the air.
What happens when you put both engine start switches to start at the same time? Well, both start valves will open and do the start sequence, and then that will probably overstress your APU.
Information in the air, request clearance to Stuttgart.
This Air 652 Hannover ground, good evening. I don't have a flight plan. Please first file a flight plan and call me back.
Sorry, I forgot.
Ah, all good.
Lufthansa 7 Charlie Tango is also ready.
Yes, unsafe. If you, oh, there we go. In the QRH smoke removal procedure says select APU master switched on, but doesn't let you start the APU. Okay, so unsafe. Is it okay if I answer that question a little bit later? Because it is very technical.
Lufthansa 7 Charlie Tango, stand by for pushback traffic behind you.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the APU usage for start. It has to do with the electric circuit of the APU.
910, are you sure for able runway 09 right?
Last transmission was blocked, so 09 left would be better runway at the Standard Cargo 910.
Genau, ich mache das kurz auf Deutsch. Die linke Bahn ist länger und ausschließlich für die Heavys.
So he's going to give way to me, I think.
Ja, richtig, deswegen, also requesting 709 left.
Man, the engines are warming up so slowly. I hate that.
Lufthansa Cargo 910.
I'm just going to stop here quickly. Although, nah, forget it. Nah, let's continue. I don't want to cause too much.
Flight en route, initial climb 4,000 feet is squawk 1,000.
It's clear to Munich via the Powell to Yankee departure 09 left. Initial climb 4,000, squawk 1,000, Lufthansa Cargo 910.
Lufthansa Cargo 910, read back correct, break Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, contact Hannover Tower on 120.175, bye bye.
120.175, schönen Abend noch, tschüss, vielen Dank, die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot.
Ja, Eurowings Papa, so ready for taxi, contact.
Well, the engines are still not warm enough.
UPS 842, wind variable 1 knot, runway 09 left, cleared for takeoff, bye bye.
For takeoff 9 left, UPS 842.
Christopher 86, taxi direct to your station.
So, unsafe, here's the answer
Hannover Tower, there was the Eurowings 2
in written form.
Eurowings 2053, Rotterdam.
That's the purpose of having the APU master switch on if you are in the EMA config.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, are you on my frequency?
82 Foxtrot, if on your frequency, we need about, I would say, 60 more seconds to have the engines warmed up before we can depart.
Wings 82 Foxtrot, roger.
So we need 52 degrees on the engine oil. Yeah, Alpha, I know, right? Yeah, unsafe, pleasure. Right, 51, 52, come on. You can do this. Unsafe, yeah, go ahead. If you...
Danke fürs Fliegen, ciao.
Yeah, guys, can you please keep to English language, please? Just out of courtesy for everyone else here. Thank you. The taxi checklist, flight controls checked, flap setting, config 1 plus F, radar predictive winch system is on at auto, engine mode selector normal, and ECA memo, takeoff no blue, that's the taxi checklist. Eurowings 82 Foxtrot is now ready for departure.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, line up runway 09 right and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 09 right, Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. Hey, that's P-Bask.
KLM 1376 Hannover Tower, moin, wind variable.
If you smell orange or like citrus fruit, it means that you have a leakage in the rain repellent system. And that's supposed to be a bit poisonous, so yeah. Could be a good idea to put on your oxygen mask. Baby Boeing, yeah, it does take a bit longer in really cold conditions, yeah. Lineup checklist, we have... pack 1, pack 2. So we have runway 9 left, confirmed. TCAS, T-A-R-A, and the pack 1 and 2 off, and that's the... Lineup checklist complete. Oh, it's a terrible lineup. Test. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, sometimes when I get viewers, obviously, there's some very knowledgeable viewers. There was a question where I was actually, I heard the answer at some point, but I couldn't quite remember the answer on that. Problem is I can't see it here in the Toliss right now.
Left flight Golf and Juliet cross runway 09 center, speed wind 97 Juliet.
Wings 82 Foxtrot, wind variable 1 knots, runway 09 right, cleared for takeoff, bye bye.
09 right, clear takeoff, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, Dankeschön. Let's go.
To the 09 right.
KLM 1736, welcome to
right, man flag 74 SAS runway, order thrust
out of
blue.
my cross runway 09 center.
Thrust set.
Hotel Mike, cross 09 center. And which time can we expect to run?
KLM 1736, please repeat the message.
We're taxiing Lima Hotel Mike, and what cross 09 center?
Rotate.
What stand maybe get to knock?
This will answer Hannover ground. Contact Hannover ground 1 to 1 decimal correction. 1 to 1 decimal 950.
195 to knock. Delta Lima Papa
053 liner runway 09 right and left.
I am departure moin, the Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, we're passing 1000, climbing 4000.
First ED 196 to right, 07.
Cross climb up blue, order thrust.
070, cleared 09 left, easy 196.
Wings 8 to Foxtrot, Bremen identified, climb flight level 100.
Climb level 100, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, 10,000. Yeah, the clouds do look strange. I don't know what it is with active sky. Right now, it's a bit weird, I agree. I'm not that happy. It looks like flak. Yeah, it does. Flaps 0, speed is check. Flaps 0. What I'm using for ground scenery, it's either standard scenery or... I mean, that looks like standard scenery. So I do use orthos. Yeah, it looks like mold. It does, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, like I said, I don't know what... Oh, PAX. I don't know what it is with the weather. With active sky. So the only thing I think what is better with active sky here in X-Plane is the weather updating and the the update frequency. Sorry, say again.
Contact Bremen 123.925, bye-bye.
23925, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot. Thank you, bye-bye.
3 cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, runway 23, Delta Mike Lima. Delta Alpha Hotel, contact Bremen, radar 131.325.
Ooh, that would be not too good.
131.325, Delta Alpha Hotel, cheers. UPS 824, connect Maastricht radar 131.375, cheers. 1313.
No, these are stock sounds, Ryan. Stocks. I haven't got any mods for this. Yeah, that looks bad. But it's a time of day, Outstar. Bei Moin, die Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot reaching level 100.
Stations ahead, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot beim Radar Moin identified, climb level 240.
Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, climb level 240. Thrust climb up blue.
Yeah, that's station, say again.
240.
Ryanair 94 Whiskey Hotel, request taxi. Ryanair 94 Whiskey Hotel, taxi to Holding Point.
Yeah, unsafe, yeah, thanks for the question, and yeah, pleasure. enjoy answering those. So let's switch that. We can have a look at the pitch. 7 degrees, fine. Seatbelts off, and then we'll go. So secondary, copy active. Anybody else using X-Plane 12? I've got a question for you guys. Do you hear the sound cuts? I have like regular sound cuts every like 20-30 seconds. And I'm kind of wondering what's happening with it.
Thunder 5 Papa Charlie, correct Bremen radar 131.325.
Well, like the sound is cutting in and out. It's just a split second, but I can hear the sound drop.
131.325 for Thunder 5 Papa Charlie. And then for
yeah, X-Plane 12, yeah.
These were 2 stations. Right, and NFO Whiskey Hotel, Bravo 4 ready for departure.
You see that was a little buffet there, like a. It's more like a lag. The whole sim seems to lag then. And I'm just wondering what's causing this. Okay, no sound. What's happening then? I just wonder why. Why I get this.
Ryanair 904 Whiskey Hotel, wind 080 degrees 8 knots, runway 33, cleared for takeoff.
Which is cleared for takeoff, Ryanair 904 Whiskey Hotel.
During 151, descent of flight level 4
Oh! Oh, you hang on. Oh, hold on. Is it so? Oh, darn. You know what?
Wings 151, Bremen radar, moin.
Oh no, I think you're right. Hang on.
Descent flight level 100. Wings 151, negative, descent flight level 200.
You're right. That was due to the. Yeah, you're right. That was the shared flight setting.
119 descent flight level 110, proceed direct rollback.
Yeah, thanks. Exactly.
Descent 110.
Yeah, blame Marco. So in a matter of fact, then these clouds we had before, that was more X-plane clouds.
Wings 2053, Bremen radar, moin, identified, climb flight level 230.
Hey, Insane Base, hello to you. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's causing it, and I'm pretty sure it's not limited to the usage of Active Sky. I think even if I don't use Active Sky, I still get these issues. When do you switch off the landing lights? After takeoff? 10,000 feet normally, Rico. So when you start accelerating to climb speed, climb speed, and then we start switching off the landing lights. So the landing lights really are there to kind of make yourself more visible to VFR traffic. Because in Germany, for example, VFR traffic will go up to 10,000 feet. Not above 10,000. Unless you are in the Alps region, where you can have VFR traffic higher than 10,000. Now this is very nice. So here we get the same kind of visualization of the Earth's shadow. In Microsoft that looks a little bit better even, but here you can actually see the Earth's shadow coming in as well, which is nice.
Wings 2053, proceed direct Xarol, X-ray Alpha, Romeo Oscar.
Got about 2,000 feet to go. P-Bask, hey, I just heard you. The second flight is going to be from Tampa to Havana.
Proceed direct Delta Hotel 257.
And Christian, hello to you. How are you doing? On the second flight, we'll talk about engine or kind of en route contingency procedures.
257, runway 05.
Yeah, PBAS, anytime, thank you. Yeah, the thing is, so Lilo, I just wonder, if I look at current performance comparisons, it looks like from Mike's flight sim, the average F 131, 375, just the Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. Maastricht, they should have CPDLC. Maastricht, good evening, Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, level 240. Climb level 370, Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. Wow, that's high. Okay, misunderstood. Sorry, we're climbing level 270, Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. I was just wondering, because we only fired like 290 or something like that, so. Progress 270. Put back in there. I was gonna go. What? Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, this low down, they probably won't take CPDLC. Actually, no, hang on. It says CPDLC above level 245. So we can use CPDLC. So let's do ATC com connection notification. And that's Echo Delta Yankee Sierra. 23275, Dankeschön, tschüss, die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. That is unusual to have Maastricht and then Langen. That's weird. Langenabend, die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot approaching level 270.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot, Langenseite identified. Eurowings 3 November, Juliet, contact 131.
Right, well, we'll forget the log on then for now. 123275.
Lulu to the 1 Charlie uniform, flight 90, climb to flight 130.
Well, it says they have CPDLC as well, and they don't have. They don't have a altitude limitation on that. So let's try that notification. Echo Delta Golf Kilo. Out cruise, I'll start. I like the fact that CPDLC seems to become more and more of a standard feature now, which is great. So because Ryan's not online, Langen covers it, okay? Hey Schmeggy. Did you ever had a military plane checks in flight? Only in exceptional situations. Although, Schmeggy, I had an interesting observation about a week ago. We flew through Swiss airspace, and another aircraft got the call from the controller saying, be aware, you'll be intercepted by 2 F-18s from the Swiss Air Force for practice reasons. And normally, normally, at least my experience is that they would ask you before the intercept if you are okay with that. But that aircraft wasn't even asked. He just got told that he's going to be intercepted by two fighters for practice purposes.
2569, I'm on a TV come to this make.
Okay, buddy, yep, that's copied. Upper airspace, I don't know, Frankie, normally not. But again, it's VATSIM.
Contact München radar, 123.9.
So let's get the ATIS for Stuttgart. Blocked.
Lufthansa 5 Charlie Whiskey Flight Level 260.
Busy.
260 Lufthansa 5 Charlie Whiskey. Laying in radar pilot up.
So Stuttgart, information Mike. So we have runway 07 and use, transition level 60. 1022 is the QNH. And then we've got temperature 9. Dew point 1. So pretty much very dry. So I wouldn't expect any issues with visibility today. And the wind is 90 with 6.
Doing 635 descent flight level 50.
Well, if you set the transponder to 75, no. Oh, you mean the aircraft that got intercepted? No. Nothing like that. He just for practice purposes, he was intercepted by Swiss fighters. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Christian. So, I mean, I would definitely make an announcement to the passengers if we were to be intercepted by 2 fighters. Just exactly for that reason, so they don't panic when they see a fighter on the left wing.
Ready, copy. For Alpha 74.
Charlie 74 cleared to Oscar India Charlie India Aerodrome Ulking for Lima departure flight plan route climb via 5,000 feet.
Today I'm eyeballing the memory usage because that microphone is cracking up again. So I hope that's just his system, not mine.
Level R.
Oh,
level R.
TCAS, what? Jesus Christ.
131.275 Lufthansa 5 Charlie.
Blimey, that scared me.
Station's Lange radar is closing. Unicom 128 for the moment. Gary, good night. Here we go.
I'm confused, guys, because when I had my crash the desktop in Microsoft or in X-Plane, normally it would say something in the event viewer regarding memory being full, but it doesn't say what memory. VRAM unlocked. Well, I have enough VRAM. Hang on, let me just see. Let me just start the HW monitor here. Come on. VRAM I normally see here somewhere, don't I? Where do I say VRAM? VRAM is down here somewhere, correct? Yeah, memory. So there's 35%. Franz, well, sometimes I get in X-Plane and in Microsoft, I get a crashed desktop. Yeah, but Megas, yeah, it says that here as well, right? That's the VRAM, isn't it? GPU memory. I don't see... Oh, is that... Oh, is that GPU memory then? But that is different then. Look at that. Oh, GPU load. Yeah, but where's the memory then? Yeah, and you see, I did upgrade now to 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, but again, VRAM is then it's fine, right? Unless VRAM is not shown here, it's somewhere else. Graphics, temperatures, voltages. No. The same for the core temperatures. Let's just see the temperatures here. So temps. No, these are the... There we go. So temperatures. So look at that. The highest recorded for the P cores was 74, and for the E cores, 60. So again, you know, these temperatures are fine. I don't have any issues with that. Because I was getting worried that my system is, you know, at fault somewhere. Kind of strange. Right, so I want to check the ILS minimums. So, although I want to try something else today. Let's do a RNP approach. So let's try Stuttgart. Do an SRA. I'm not sure if that's a good idea today, MCK. So RMP 07. Yeah, they can't really decline that. So let's pretend, for some reason, so we can't fail the instruments themselves. I was hoping for oh yes we can, hang on. Multi-mode receiver 1. You are... Let me try that now. Oh Jesus Christ. 25.2. 25.2. Those beeps are so loud.
Climbing flight level 240, Lufthansa 240. Hearings 514, climb flight level 360. Climb level 360, your left.
Langen Radar, good evening, guten Abend, die Hearings 82 Foxtrot, level 270.
Hearings 82 Foxtrot, Langen Radar identified. Expect flight level 120 at Gapno, report ready for descent.
Expecting flight level 120 at Gapno. I will call you Hearings 82 Foxtrot. So Gapno, let's try 120 there. Yeah, so that was not a clearance.
2053 Langen Radar identified, descent flight level 250.
So there's our descent arrow, so about 60 miles. So 15,000 feet times 3, 40-50 miles. And we have a bit of tailwind, yeah, it does make sense.
Langen Radar, schönen guten Abend, Takeoff of Charlie Alpha, Lima passing level 901, climbing 110.
Let me just try something here.
Climb flight level 180. Climb flight level 180, Takeoff of Charlie Alpha, Lima. Langen, hello, right now it's 126, flight level 350. Nose 126, Langen Radar identified.
Let me just try that, if that works. Let's see if he gets that request.
Jet 43 Victor, climb flight level 170.
Minimum because of the viaduct höher. Let's have a look. Yeah, it could be MCK. So 1980.
68 India, negative. So 68 India, descent flight level 250. Departure 68 descent.
Lang radar, Eurowings 3 on flight level 3 over 0.
Top descent reached, okay.
Eurowings 383 lang radar identified. 383 descent flight level 320.
Descent flight level 320.
Jet 43 Victor, climb flight level 180.
So maybe it doesn't get my request here through CPDLC. Unless, of course, he's answered again without me getting a notification here. Because the problem is, it is still bugged. Eurowings A2 Foxtrot, request descent. Ooh, something's loading in.
Descent flight level 120, cross gap no at level.
Descent level 120, cross gap no level, Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. Now that was probably just some scenery loading in. I think it's orthos loading in that causes these lags. So we've got 120, descent out blue. And it's got the restriction 120 at gap no right there.
50, climb flight level 370.
Climbing flag level 370, Lufthansa 20.
Wings 514, minute Unicom 1 to this minute, goodbye. Wings 2053, descent flight level 230. Descending flight level 230.
So I've got to use a bit of speed brakes to help out. Oh, nice, it's got Eurowings. It's the wrong way around, though. Lol. Oh.
64 Golf, lang radar unreadable.
I have a feeling, is it just in the Toliss? Yeah, it seems to take ages for it to come through. Have you tried the VR headset for simming? Yes, I have. I've tried here an X-Plane. I've tried a Microsoft Flight Sim, and I'm using it regularly in DCS. And the best by far is DCS. That is actually a lot of fun with the VR headset. The problem with Microsoft Flight Sim is it's still not really optimized for VR. XP12 works actually better. Well, no, disregard. XP11 worked quite nicely with VR. I think here in XP12 there's also a bit of performance issues still. So just gonna keep the speed brakes out a bit longer, because with that speed bracket, it's on the top of the range, and we are using speed brakes. So just to get back to normal speed and on path, and then we'll get the speed brakes closed again. I'm not sure why it's giving power. 25050, the Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. I love these frequency changes, so cool. Langen, guten Abend, die Eurowings A2 Foxtrot 185 descending 120 by Gepno. Hey, Kabelbell! Okay, we have Mike and expecting runway 07, Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. Yeah, insane base, that would help. So the native Open XR, that would definitely help with that. Absolutely agree, insane base. So XP12 is still struggling in many ways, yeah. It's not finished.
Langen Radar, Lufthansa 741. Out of Stuttgart, climbing flight level 042 to 050.
741, hello, identified. Climb flight level 14,
Oh, you're right, yeah. I wasn't quite sure if that's the right controller.
Flight level 140,
But let me just see. That is, oh, that's the approach already. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I will request that. Let me just log off, first of all, connection.
My bad, turn to
status. Oh, that's already disconnected. Fantastic. Oof, those reflections. Hang on.
That's the 88 November, hello, identified. Expect runway 07 information being commanded.
Yeah, let's get rid of those window reflections there. It's still too much.
Negative, you will get
hang on.
in just a second. Continue press heading. Wings 82 Foxtrot, turn right, heading 220.
Right heading 220, leader wings 82 Foxtrot, and requesting the RMP 07 if available.
They will check with the one.
So 220 heading, and so now I would have expected to go into open descent, not in vertical speed. That's fine, we'll take it. So vertical speed, out blue heading. Hey Alain, how are you doing? Good evening. Could you make a tutorial about RNF, RNP and so on, and the protection associated with it?
Wings 82 Fox, you can expect the RNP 07.
Your wings 82 Foxtrot, that's much appreciated, Dankeschön. Well, to be Alain, that will be a lot of work.
Contacting Langen at 125.2. Sorry für den Fuck-up, schönen Tag noch.
Kein Problem, ich hab schon Schlimmeres heute. That's the 88 November, turn left heading 25. Therefore, provide contact Langen Radar 125.2.
So one of the big issues I have with videos is the following. I do enjoy making tutorial videos. However, what I found is that the amount of hours, so for example, that video that you are proposing, it would take me at least a week to make. So I need to do some research, then structure everything, then film all the sequences, edit them. It's a week's work. So let's say it's about 20 hours of work. And
the 88 November, descent flight level 8.
No, MCK, I'm pretty sure if you are in descent mode. Let me see. Descent. Hang on, if you're descending, go to heading.
Langen Radar, good evening, Delta Alpha Hotel, Sierra Foxtrot, targeting to hotel departure 2500, climbing 5000. Alpha Hotel, Sierra Foxtrot, hello, identified.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it should go. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, you're right. It does go in vertical speed, not in. Yeah, you're right. I just tried to remember the last time I had that issue, but yeah, because the thing is this, because the logic behind that is that if you are in descent mode, it will of course then make the descent according to the profile that it calculated. So it wouldn't make sense to go into open descent, because then it will leave that stable path. Yeah, so you know it is logical to go into vertical speed. Yeah, so again, I was talking about the video. So, and if I make a video like that, how many people do you think will watch that video? It's about 1,000 to 2,000 views, and that equates to about 7 cents of income from that video. So you see what I mean with the amount of effort I would put into this. If I make a silly video about flying inverted in an A320, be it Toliss or Phoenix, and do an approach with Mach 2 onto a runway that is 300 meters long, and get the aircraft to stop, I'll get like 500,000 views on such a video. So I've come to a point where I'm going to have to decide on what's sensible. What does appeal to, let's say, my community, or the normal flight sim community, in the sense of those that want to improve their flying skills, etc. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not doing videos to a level where people think it's actually a instructional tutorial video for real world pilots. I'm not going to do that. Speed 250, Eurowings A to Foxtrot. If you look at my videos, Ellen, if you take the time, I've made hundreds of videos on my channel on YouTube. And there are videos on minimas, there are lots of videos about different approach types, how to fly them, etc. So I've already got loads of info on those. Hey Zenshai, how are you doing? Right, I think that's the airport there. Yeah, I can see the approaching aircraft. Cool. Let's get to briefing. Currently on radar vectors. I'll leave the routing in. Just going to sequence that a little bit. So that if in case we get a direct to waypoint, that we still have that inserted. Good, so auto brake, I'm going to guess for low, but might as well do the landing performance. 7 degrees, 1025. Senshai, wie geht's dir? Happy Easter, Senshai. Hopp frohe Ostern. 1025. Descent level 70. Eurowings A to Foxtrot. So thrust idle
Welcome
percent
aboard the Captain Black Box YouTube channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey Krypton! Thanks so much, Krypton. 15 months on YouTube. Yeah, Krypton, so again, if I find the time, what I want to do, Krypton, is I want to focus more on topics that would help you guys with flight simming. So keep things interesting, but I think for me the best potential... 254 on the heading and 220 on the speed. Eurowings A to Foxtrot. Okay, 250 on heading, Eurowings A to Foxtrot. Yes, I was wondering, 254. Help me out all the eggs. Well, I got some chocolate, some Easter Bunny chocolate, but that was about it. Yes, so I'm trying to make use of the FSI panel to demonstrate certain things, and then make these scenario files for anyone that has the FSI panel to then go and practice that as well. And I'm currently trying to make a video on the approaches into TVAT and how to do these pilot waypoints programming. Hey terrain ahead, how are you doing? So that's fine. Landing weight is 64.3, so 60, we'll leave that there. Config full, air conditioning on, the approach pilot brake low, reverse off. So there we go. So we require round about 2,000 meters. Voice only, course and only 19850. Schönen Abend, die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot. I'm worried because I can hear the voice from the controllers kind of breaking up. I have the same issue when I'm on Discord and I'm flying with someone. Direkt Abend, die Eurowings 82 Foxtrot.
Eurowings 82 Foxtrot.
And anytime that happens, it kind of is shortly before sim crash. Anyway, so we need about 2,000 meters. That still leaves us a 1,000 meter margin. That's fine. And we are on the radar vectors, expecting the R907. And the MSA for us is 4,600 feet. Approach starts out of 4,000, so below is MSA. The highest obstacle, however, is 2,300 feet, so no factor. And the approach minimum is Barrow 1980. The missed approach takes us towards Delta Sierra 031. Overfly, then left turn, track 072 to Luburg, and we're climbing 5,000 feet. That's all correct. And we have extra fuel currently available, 600 kilograms, 17 minutes flight time. We'll use some... Then 6,000 QNH 1023, user rings 8 Foxtrot. So I'm going to check the weather again here. Let's try that. That's
Friese 96, hallo, bitte einen Moment.
November.
Left heading 100, cleared ILS 07.
So Cav OK. Yeah, 1023, all good.
253, left heading 100, cleared ILS 07.
Yeah, so the guidance will be final approach, and I guess, let me just check the RATNAV here. Oh, I didn't clear that out. Test. I did not clear that out. So we'll leave that as is. And so we'll use final approach mode. So Stuttgart 07 is inserted.
Left heading 160.
Left 160, Eurowings 8 to Fox.
November speed 170
So we expect a direct to Vater or some waypoint on the final in a minute. Let me just sequence those waypoints. There we go. Descent 5,000, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot. Thrust idle, descent up blue 5,000. So fully managed approach mode, final approach mode, I should say, auto brake low, config full. And we're going to try to exit at Delta, high speed. So Echo or Delta left off, and then probably November back to the apron. Hotspot here, threshold 07. Nothing special apart from RNP approach. And we'll check the accuracy right now. So I'm going to change that already to 0.3 on both sides. Oh, it's right there. So actually it's currently GPS primary. Like Delta Fox 411. Your rings 8 to Fox. Delta Sierra 411. Right, nav. So from there, we're going to start intercepting the final approach course. Right, let's activate the approach phase.
Fox there, 411, cleared INP 07.
Your rings 8 to Foxtrot via Delta Sierra 41, cleared the RP 07. Non-R will default to FLS. Seriously, hang on. performance. I'm confused, guys. What you mean? Approach nav, final blue.
Vector Fox speed 17 knots, until 5 miles final.
170 to 5, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot. Right, flaps 1, speed is checked, flaps 1. I'm confused, guys, about what you're saying with FLS, and because that shows everything normal. Why is it so bright in the cockpit? Okay, flaps 2, speed is checked, flaps 2. So we're speeding back to that. Now we're cleared for the approach, and we need to be at 4,000 though, so... Alt blue, final blue, open descent, 4,000. Because that's where the final approach starts from. And we have to be at 4,000 there. Well, yeah, guys, I trust so Bruno and MCK. You guys are very knowledgeable, and when you tell me something like you just did, I get concerned because, yeah, I do take it seriously what you're saying. So maybe they've changed something in the setup here. The dome light is on by default. Well, there's just a little bit of floodlight on, and I do like that floodlight. So. Right, there we go. VDEF is showing good. Is your weather radar working in XP12? I don't think it is currently. Well, at least not properly. That's terrain mode, guys. So this would be weather radar. And if you go to... well, that should be off. If you go down to manual, tilt that down, you should see ground echoes, which you don't. So, again, no, the weather radar doesn't work. No, absolutely not. Right, final approach, 4,000. That is checked. Missed approach 5,000 set. And then we can cross-check the distance and altitudes. So,
Fox Tower 118.8.
1880. Thanks so much. Bye-bye, Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot. So, to the threshold, 7 miles, we should be at 3,550. Just a tad high, gears coming down. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. Tower, number to Eurowings, 8 to Foxtrot, ADAF 07.
Eurowings 8 to Foxtrot, Tower, hello.
So speed is not going managed. And flaps full, speed check, flaps full. Elevation is 1260. So we'll check now. 5 miles, threshold 2910. Right, that looks good now. On path, fantastic. Right, did we read the approach checklist yet? We haven't, have we? So approach checklist, bar roll ref, QNH 1023. Then we have seatbelts on, minimum bar roll, 1980, auto brake, low, engine mode selector, normal. Landing checklist. ECMO landing, no blue, landing checklist completed. So the 1000 call out is a bit early. And that's because of the Weidacher Höhe. That's a little hill here. But the path looks great. Oh, yes. Good FO. Good FO. So with the landing clearance, let me just recheck the QNH. S1 on the runway there. Good thing is we have visual contact now with the runway, so the QNH is correct.
500.
Wow, that's actually pretty neat. Look at that.
100 above.
That tower. That is cool.
400.
Minimum. Continue. Manual flight.
Wings A2 Foxtrot, wind 100 degrees, 3 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
07, clear to land, Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. Yeah, but you are correct. Normally you would have to confirm the QNH.
Frau November, hinter nächster anfliegender Eurowings A320 im 1,5 Meilen Endanflug. Rollen Sie zum Abflugpunkt Piste 07 dahinter.
So we've got a bit of headwind. Flight director's off, bird is on.
300.
Oh, the wind has shifted. Look at that. It's got from the right now, 4 knots. I was like wondering, like, am I drunk or what's happening with the track of the runway?
100.
Domain 6, Eurowings 2053.
50. 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Oh, come on. That was not that hard. Crying out loud. We've got spoilers. Reverse green, brake low, decel.
Number 2, precision traffic is a Cessna 172 out of Golf.
Yeah, I hate that readout from manual brakes. Yeah, that was like 200 something, I would say. It wasn't butter, but it wasn't that bad. Drink spilled? You should have a drink in your hand right now, Alpha.
Eurowings A2 Foxtrot, taxi 2nd left November.
2nd left November, Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. But yeah, that was quite nice. So it handled the... So it did the approach quite nicely. So there we go, on November. That goes off. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
A2 Foxtrot, contact ground 118.6, ciao.
86, vielen Dank, tschüss, die Eurowings A2 Foxtrot.
German Wings, 3 Lima Charlie, taxi to and point runway 07 via Oscar Kilo.
To holding point 07 via Oscar and Kilo, and I forgot that I could just taxi out of this parking position, and so it could take around 5 minutes.
Okay, warte.
Stuttgart ground, Abend, Eurowings A2 Foxtrot.
A2 Foxtrot, Stuttgart ground, hallo, taxi to stand 17 via November Hotel and Mike.
Black box.
November Hotel and Mike, stand 17, die Eurowings A2 Foxtrot. Lee, mach's gut, vielen Dank. Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut und dann bis die Tage.
1867, contact tower 118.8, bye bye.
118.8, just.
So we are on November Hotel Mike and stand 17 is here.
Wings 2053, you can continue taxi via November Hotel and Mike to stand 52.
Stand 52 via November Hotel Mike, Eurowings 2053.
Lol.
Thunder 17 Papa,
We just saw a UFO. Did you see that? That slew.
Mike Lima 2 in India.
Mike Lima 2 in India to holding point on the 07 left Thunder 17 Papa.
That was weird.
Stuttgart ground triple now, use 1 Alpha Charlie Kiss,
Hotel Mike.
November on board.
Eurowings 1 Alpha Charlie, Stuttgart ground, hello, November, correct, clear to Hannover, target to hotel departure, flight and route clear 5000 feet, score 1000.
Captain Mitchell, normally, I would say about 70% of my first officers write down the taxi clearance on the MCU scratch pad. And I like that because I have my hands full just taxiing the aircraft, so I can't get heads down and type anything in. So it's good to have kind of a confirmation, and that way I can check that I heard correctly or heard the same way the first officer heard it.
Thunder 17 Papa at Lima 2, give way to Germanwings A320.
Give way to Germanwings A320,
After landing checklist, radar predictive image system is off.
Contact 17 Papa, der braucht noch ein bisschen, ja, you can continue taxi.
What?
Continue 17
Where? Where is he?
Also 17 Papa, Tower 18-8, tschüss.
18-8, Schluss von 17 Papa, schön an.
Okay. So, we should be getting close to hotel now. Yeah, there is. So, hotel to the right. Well, I'm thinking the problem with that is, if you don't find the taxiway initially, and you don't write it down, then yeah, you can get lost really quickly. I mean, maybe not you, but me, I will get lost really quickly if I don't write these things down. It's a nice scenery, actually. I like it. And X-plane at night time is very nice. Busy airport. Lovely. Yeah, that was a nice flight. So, if you guys do this flight, and if I compare that to real-world flying, I mean, the only way it'll be closer to the real thing is if you do shared cockpit, which in the Toliss actually works really nice with the shared flight. But apart from that, so all the ATC calls, the different sectors. That's really nice. So here's 18. I've got to be careful now. 18, 17. So that's our parking spot here. Your home base, nice. I've not been to Stuttgart for a very long time, which is a shame because I do like Stuttgart. And on the 737, we had lots of Stuttgart layovers. Another thing that's still missing in XP12 is there's a lot of airports where the jetways don't work, or the docking systems don't work, etc., etc. So lots of stuff still to be done here. Cool. APU should be running. It is. Put this to bright. 2, 1.
Going 35 contact tower 118.8.
So let me see if I could get at least some animations here. Oh, I switched off Sam. Right. Parking checklist. We have parking brakes or chock. Parking brake is set. Engines off. Wing lights off, and the fuel pumps to go.
Eurowings 8 Hotel Golf, guten Tag.
Fuel pumps off, and that's the parking check is completed. Lovely. Oh, Alpha, really? They don't pay for the gates?
Eurowings 8 Hotel Golf nochmal, information November, request a climb to destination T-Bar.
Eurowings 8 Hotel Golf, November.
How did you, MA, and how did you do that? How can you arrive before me if you left? That's interesting. What kind of view is that? Oh, that's the runway view, number 3. Ah. Nice. Yeah, runway threshold view. So we will stop the stream for about 5 minutes, And we'll be back in Microsoft Flight Sim for a flight from Tampa to Havana. And I have sceneries for both of these airports. And we'll do that in the Phoenix 320. And we'll talk about the en route contingency procedure, and we'll talk about some cases. And on Tuesday evening, essentially for me as well today. Yeah, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. We won't have any bandwidth issues. So on Tuesday, there will be lots of practicing going on for my flight sim check flight. I've got lots of topics to cover. Insane Base, well, thank you for watching. What add-on are you using for Pushback? Here in X-Plane, it's called Better Pushback. It's a free app. That is fantastic. What did you use AOC for PTC? Okay, so yeah, so here you have to have a account, which is free, but you have to have an account at Hoppy. It's Hoppy Network. And so you enter your Hoppy details under, let me find that, here, under sound add-on accounts. So you need to get a Hoppy CPDLC logon code, and you enter that here. Yeah, you just enter that here, and then you should be able to use CPDLC. Excellent. Before we head off, let me say a big thank you to all of the resubs coming in for the support, my dear friends. Thank you so much, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you in 5 minutes, and take care.